Okay, let me talk about the agent kit. So here I'll just go agent OpenAI. I'll search OpenAI agent builder, which is technically an agent kit, and it is going to give me a link for this agent kit. Not this one. Let me click on this, and here OpenAI agent builder. Simple. This URL you have to go through. Now, philosophically, it's same. Philosophically, you will not be able to find out anything different over here. But the problem is that they are just trying to follow the agentic approach, right? That's a first number problem. The second number problem is that even though they are following the agentic approach, they have not given many options in terms of connecting a node, basically. And as a first principle, they are trying to adopt MCPs. I'll show you that part, right? Because I have spent a lot of time over there. You can just see like how many test projects I have created so far. So the day they have released it, so I have spent a lot of time. I have like tested it. I have tried it. I have tried many things, by the way, to add multiple tools. And then like I have created a YouTube video where, I have given my opinion. So let me create one new project for this. So let's suppose I'm creating like a test 56 over here. And by default, so they're giving you some project here, as you can see. Let's suppose I'm not going to use this. They are just a template. And these are the 8-minute projects. Some of the project they have shown in the demo, and someone was saying in the beginning that it was like taken 8 minutes. But in 8 minutes, they were not able to achieve anything concrete, by the way. For example, this planning helper, if I'm going to click on that, so there is a trigger, basically a start, right? So whenever you are going to, or let's suppose I'll not follow this, I'll create my own flow, right? I'll create my own flow. So whenever you are going to create your own project, just click on create. By default, start node will be there and my agent node will be there. Now, so start means what? So basically like you can try to add a variable, or you can just like try to start it with the chat. That's a very first problem. Even with respect to this, this one, we are able to test it only with chat, right? I mean, like, are you going to ask everyone to like come on a chat and then like only by doing a chat you will be able to invoke an agent? In all the cases, this will not be a requirement. And the problem is that every time they are giving their own chat interface. What if I would like to invoke my agent through a WhatsApp, through a Telegram, through my Gmail, right? Maybe through some webhook, maybe the webhook of my payment gateway, right? So that's a very, very first restriction. So you will be able to see even inside a AutoGen for now, right? That you will be able to do it in this UI mode. Yeah. So in a code mode, as we have already discussed about the code, it's under my control. So I'm able to invoke it with the help of my scheduler. Basically, scheduler is working as a trigger point for me. So where I'm scheduling it at a particular time. So in a code, I have a flexibility. But here the very first problem which I see is like this chat interface. I don't want it, by the way, right? Similar kind of a problem you will be able to find out even over here. What they have done to overcome that problem, they have given you a chat kit. So once I'm going to publish it, you will be able to see a chat kit, and you can go and you can try to create your own chat interface the way you want. But again, that is a problem. I don't want a chat itself, let's suppose, right? I don't want a chat. I just wanted to automate some process, and like automatically system should call, or maybe based on some event, it should get triggered automatically. That option is missing. That's the very first problem. Second problem is, okay, fine, this is the start node. Then they have given you a simple plain agent node. And this is basically a plain agent. And now what is the meaning of agent? Agent means you can give a name. So my test agent, let's suppose I have given a name, and then I can give an instruction over here. So whatever write-ups which I would like to write, that you are assistant agent, you are researcher agent, professor agent, whatever. So I can try to write it down over here in this one. And then obviously the mandatory things for agent is LLM, right? Now again, the problem that you will be able to see, so you will be able to access LLMs only from a GPT, right? Only from a GPT. Let's suppose if you are looking for some LLM from outside, you won't be able to integrate it. At least in AutoGen, you will be able to see that they have given you a multi-model access, right? So at least like you can try to call your own model, right? Which is somehow it's fine. And in a code mode, so obviously I can try to call any number of like models. But the major problem over here is that they are trying to keep you in their own ecosystem, which is bad, right? Which is not at all good and not feasible. Second part is, so in case of this at least autogen, I'm doing all this configuration locally, and I can try to deploy it on my own server. In case of N8N again, so I can try to deploy it on my own server. Here the problem is that data is going to OpenAI, and that's a major concern again, because many of my client will not even agree that why you're sending my data to them, right? Because everyone knows that they can use my data in the way they want, basically. So it's a very closed system. It's not an open source that they have created. That's another problem that you all will be able to find out, right? Okay, so I'm able to create an agent, and then maybe I'm able to to this agent. Let's suppose if I have to give an access of a tool, because agent means what? Instruction, model, and tool, right? Okay, let's click on this plus. Let's click on this tool. Now, tool wise, once you are going to click, you will be able to find out these many options. So in case of N8N, they have given you all the nodes, and all those nodes are nothing but simple HTTPS request, right? When they have given you some Gmail send message node to a Gmail, to Telegram, or maybe to connect with the Salesforce, to connect with the databases, technically it's nothing but it's a glorified, you can say, HTTPS request. But yeah, so as a layman user, you are getting just as a field, just you have to fill those APIs and then URL, and then it works. As simple as that, right? Glorified, you can say, HTTPS request, but still it's important. Although it's a glorified one, but yeah, it's important. And N8N has done that, and they have like a 400, 500 plus connectors they have given to you. Technically a node they have given to you. Now what they have given to you here, just like this one, client tool, MCP, file search, web search, and code interpreter. Now file search, web search is just a generic thing, right? So they have actually adopted a MCP approach, model context protocol approach, which is again another protocol. So once you will click on this MCP, so with the help of this MCPs of Gmail, MCPs of Google Calendar, MCPs of this Google Drive, you will be able to connect it. Again, so MCP is new. That's the first part, right? Many systems have not exposed their system as a MCP, or maybe you have to go and you have to write your own MCP, expose that as a MCP tool, and then you will have to consume it, right? That's again another headache. Just give me a simple authentication login, just like N8N is giving you, right? And then let me connect. And when I have tested this MCP, it's not working, by the way. Yeah, on that day at least it was not working 2 days back. I don't know whether they have fixed this issue or not, because I have tried connecting my Gmail, my calendar, my drive in a MCP way, by the way. Yeah, and it was not working. So their MCP tool is not working. Maybe they have fixed this issue by now. I don't know. You can connect your custom MCPs as well. So simple URL, let's suppose I'm hosting somewhere. So URL, then name, then description, and then API key of the MCP, and then you will be able to connect. It means when I'm going to teach you in your class that how to create a MCPs. So obviously after creating a MCPs, we can expose those MCPs, right? And technically you can try to give that URL and the authentication token, and you will be able to consume those MCP here itself. As simple as that. But yeah, they are not going in a node based approach. They are technically following a MCP approach. That's their architecture design in a backend. And with the help of that, I will be able to do a tool calling, right? I will be able to call the outer world, by the way. So this is again one of the biggest restriction, because I need an access of as many tools as possible, right? And technically basically the kind of a node that N8N has created so far in last 6 years, if they will start creating it, it will take time. I think somewhere this was the reason they have made a decision that, okay, let the world create their MCPs and let them call it. In that way, they don't have to create the node, right? They don't have to create their own proprietary node. So maybe that's the reason they have added it. But again, that's okay from the company side, and obviously that will work. Not maybe now for everything, but maybe in the next 1 year when people will start adopting MCPs, when everyone will start exposing everything as a MCPs. Yeah, at that point of a time, this will work. But for now, it's not convenient for me as a user. That's again a big problem, a big problem, by the way. Yeah. Apart from that, so nothing much you will be able to find out here. So note is nothing but just a sticky node. End is nothing but like termination. Basically, file search is a tool. So you can try to attach this, tool to this one, and then you can do a file search. And again, so they have given you a vector search as well. Again, there is a problem with the vector search. Everything is inside a OpenAI, right? Everything is inside the OpenAI. So I can show you that part. So I can click on create. I can go over here. I can try to create a vector store, let's suppose, right? Let's suppose I'm going to name like a Sudhanshu underscore Vec. Yeah. Sudhanshu Vec, I can try to create over here. I just need this ID and then I can create this. Sorry. Yeah. So vector store has been created. I can upload a file, whatever file that I want. I can just like, upload it inside this vector DB. Sorry, add file. Yeah, upload everything. Now, as you can see, right, I'm attaching a file and all these files are going where? In OpenAI, right? I have to pay them, like I have to pay this, like pay them for my file and everything. And then I have to use this ID and then I will be able to enter the vector ID and I will be able to access it, right? That's again a problem for me because like I won't be able to leave my OpenAI environment, by the way, right? So I won't be able to use some Pinecone or maybe like ChromaDB or some other databases. I have to be inside a OpenAI ecosystem and I have to use their storage. I have to pay to them and they will be having my hold of my data, by the way, right? Even as a vector database. That's bad. That's pretty much bad. So I should have a open access where I can like, store my data into a Chroma or maybe into a Fasi, maybe into a Pinecone, Waveget or any other DB. So that's a big problem because obviously if I'm building an AI application, I will have to store my files, right? Somewhere and somewhere open. So this is again one another problem. Then logic wise, simple if else condition. So if this is going to happen, then like do this. If that is going to happen, then do this, right? So this kind of option they have given to you. So you can, try to attach a new nodes over there. But this is the only feature, guys. Feature that you are able to see on your left hand side that you have. Apart from that, you don't have any other feature so far. They have basically added a guardrails and transform. So guardrail is the only new thing you will be able to find out here. Now, what is this guardrail? So for example, if I'm trying to start the conversation, right? Let me delete this node. Let me delete this one. Yeah. So if I'm trying to start the conversation, right, I can try to put a guardrail over here. That okay. So whenever user will like, start the conversation, so it should go through a guardrail. Now what this guardrail is doing, so again, they have given you all the configuration option here. So let's suppose if I'm going to like, switch it on. Now what it will do, it will give you two things, pass or fail. So on pass, do this, fail, do this. Means pass calls a model. Now if I'm going to switch it on, this one, so what it is trying to guardrail, you can check it here. So credit card number. So you can select all the entities. So person name, phone number, all those things. It will not try to send further. So you can select basically. So whatever you are going to select, it will try to guardrail those information. Means it will not even send to the next phase. I can try to attach these guardrails in any places I want. Right? It's just a node, right? So plug and play node. I can try to attach it anywhere. And meaning is very simple. Don't send this information to the next step wherever I'm going to attach a guardrail. I can handle it even with the code. That's fine. Moderation wise, they have given you again inside the guardrail itself feature. So moderation wise, if I would like to prevent some of the categories, maybe a sexual, maybe a hate, harassment, or these kind of a categories, I can try to prevent it, right? So again, this is the part of the guardrail they have given to you. You can make it on, make it off as per your need. Jailbreak, so basically nothing but injection, by the way. Yeah. So someone is trying to give a false prompt or something. So basically it is going to identify and it will try to like prevent basically a jailbreak kind of a situation, injections kind of a hallucination. So you can try to control the hallucination over here. So you can try to, adjust this confidence score over here. This is how we try to control hallucination. Plus you can try to give your own vector store data. You can pass those data so that it will verify. Yeah, it will take a reference so that it will hallucinate, but it will less hallucinate. So this is the only option that you will be able to find out, which is not that great because anyhow I can implement these kind of things with the help of if else kind of things. So these are the only information, guys, which is available to you. Now let's suppose I'm creating like a new project. I have some like a planning helper, let's suppose, right? I'll click here. So this is like a node, right? As you can see, this is the agent node. Now, if I have to test it, so I can click on preview, and you will be able to test it if you have a verified account, organization verified account. Otherwise, they will not give you a preview option. They will just give you the publish option. So I can click on preview, and then I can say like hi, and yeah. So as you can see, it is showing you the flow, right? Showing you the flow. So whatever flow it is going to follow, everywhere you will be able to see that it is like highlighting, the icon. What happened? Dismiss. Okay, so what happened? File node file search required a vector store ID. Okay, fine. File search, delete it. Okay. So here, if I say hi, so you will be able to see that this is just a fancier stuff, right? Nothing much, basically. And based on like whatever kind of a agent that you have created, here we are like having if else. So it will try to like work, and then it will be able to give you this output. Now this is again the problem, right? So I'm able to like, just chat, and with the help of this chat, I'm able to trigger this part. That's a big problem for me, right? I should have open access to a triggers. Basically, I could have like a triggered it with the help of any other system or any other webhooks. So major problem you will be able to find out. Now, once you are able to test this one, so you can click on this publish, and you will not be able to test it. You will not be able to do a preview once if you don't have a verified account. So it just works with respect to a verified account. If you don't have that, it won't work. Code wise, you can try to download this code. So same as Autogen, right? So you can download the code, and then you can start like, building your own. Now this is the only way. This is the only and only way where, so there is a TypeScript code and there is a Python code they have given to you. So this is the only way by which you will be able to control the system. But again, if I have to, deploy their code, I'll have to put a lot of effort, right? A lot of effort, a lot of like, version and all those things I have to maintain. So that's again a big headache. And who will do that? Now here, so I can try to, add a domain. Maybe I would like to host it on Euron.1. I can try to attach the domain, and then I will be able to, host my entire chat kit by which I will be able to communicate with my agent. Or they have given me the workflow ID. So with the help of workflow ID, I will be able to attach it. And yeah, so versioning and all those stuff they have given to you. So this is the only thing, guys. Let's suppose I'm calling Sudh work. Click on publish. You will be able to get a chat ID, workflow ID. Yeah. So workflow ID, and I can try to attach it with the help of, and they have given you chat kit. So where you can go and you can, create a fancy chat kit the way you want. That's it. So what is your feedback? How do you feel? Can we create a real-time use case with the help of this one? Yeah. And are we able to see anything new here? Yeah. I don't think that anything is new. Anything new you will be able to find out here. Those who know N8N kind of a tool, right? I mean, like for them, these tools, I mean, like they will just reject it in first 5 minutes. They will say, I'm not going to use it. They will say that, okay, fire me from my job. It's completely fine, but I'm not going to use it, because the problem is that you don't have flexibility. You won't be able to build something real, right? You won't be able to automate. And basically, this drag and drop kind of a tool or visual based tool, people used to create for the ease of use, right? Not to add another 10 problem or 10 headache for an end user. Yeah. And then like when OpenAI have launched it, entire world has started shouting that it's the end of N8N, it's the end of, JPL, it's end of everything. I mean, like so far in last 3 years, if I remember correctly, OpenAI have just released a model which was working well. And obviously that is the only product that they have which works well. Apart from like that, I don't think any other product even works the way it was supposed to be, right? For an end user. Yeah, that the chat model is like the best in the world, I would say, in one of the category. In other category, obviously there are other models, right? For example, like in an image video category, so Veo, I will appreciate Veo for that. In code generation, I'll appreciate Sonnet for that. Cloud is Sonnet from Anthropic. Uh, so influencer thumbnail after agent with N8N killer. Yeah, and just go and check their videos, right? They have shown you the same thing, right? And then ask them that what is the productive thing that you are able to build. Yeah. So many people have created those videos in just one day. Even I have done that. But yeah, I have done that after doing a proper experimentation. And if you will watch my video, that's available in Hindi as well as English. I said the exact same thing, that it's of no use. You can't go and do the comparison with N8N. Say that it's a N8N killer. It's nowhere even close to N8N. Right? Maybe it will take like a 5, 6 year, 10 year of time for them. Only thing I know, OpenAI pays really good. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Obviously, it's a big company, big funding. So obviously they will pay. But yeah, their chat model is good. It's a world class. They are the one who is like, setting a trend basically. So in a future, you will be able to see many more things, not just one. Such kind of a platform, such kind of a framework. But yeah, if I'm a part of industry, so obviously immediately I will not shift from one tool to another tool. If I'm using some tool, if I'm already using some framework, don't worry, I will keep on using it. So the companies who are already using N8N, their workflow is already running, they will keep on using it. The company who are using JPR, they will keep on using it, right? Overnight, no one can go and change. And yeah, very soon we'll see such kind of a tool from so many organizations. So be ready for that, but never think that one will come and kill everything that existed before. When OpenAI have launched this image generation feature, so everyone started saying that Canva will be dead. Yeah, Canva, which has been used to create a thumbnail, posters, PPTs and slides and everything. Canva is still flourishing, right? Even Google have launched Veo 3, right? Still, Canva is generating a massive revenue. Because if you will go with the ease of use, right? Canva provides me a lot of ease of use, right? Where Veo or like just Gemini, right? Gemini or this OpenAI image generation is not giving me that much of flexibility. In Canva, I can build a thumbnail in just like 10 seconds. They have a template. I just have to change the words and my pictures. That's it. And then it will be done, right? With respect to Veo 3, with respect to this like OpenAI image generation, so I have to write a prompt 10 times, then I have to correct it. It will, I have to give my image over there, then it will try to, modify my image somehow, and then it will try to put it in a very, very wrong place with the wrong color combination. So even with the help of prompt, I can't use it, right? I can't use it. So at the end of the day, technology doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what I keep on saying is that if it is solving a problem, if it is creating a ease of use for an end user, then that technology will work. Otherwise, there are so many fancy technologies you will be able to find out there which no one is buying.